Hey everybody, it's Dan with Pain for You. Today's topic is going to be look for reasons why you can get better. Alright, I'll get into that in a minute, but seems like you guys have gotten used to a couple of deep breaths. Nice, relaxing, a little hanging out in nature. Breathe in the peace, breathe out the stress. Breathe in the quiet, breathe out the noise and the static. Breathe in the confidence, breathe out the fear. So this video is kind of inspired by some conversations I've had this week. Some text messaging through Facebook Messenger, some comments on YouTube. And it seems that a lot of people will have their story. And they will message me and tell me, well, this happened or that happened, or I have this diagnosis or that diagnosis, and so this isn't going to work, or I've got a whole bunch of stuff going on and most of it's TMS, but this one little thing it's not, so I'm kind of stuck. And so there's a lot of different stories that I get to hear. And I will tell you for sure, if you look for the reasons why this is not going to work, you're probably going to find them, right? Because we can create all sorts of stories why it's not going to work, right? It's like anything in life. You know, you want to find a partner, a boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife. If you sit at home saying, I'm never going to find anybody, you're never going to go on a date. Right? You're never going to make the moves. You're never going to see the potential and take the actions necessary. So same thing holds true with pain and TMS and mind-body syndrome and stress illness. If you don't believe it's possible, or you are latching onto really tightly a story that says, yeah, I kind of see what TMS is all about, but I'm different. And look, this one thing, it's different. And I will acknowledge some of the things that people are talking about are fairly significant. However, I am infinitely optimistic about the creative power of the brain to rewire itself based on the instructions we give it. I talk about neuroplasticity all the time. And yes, some people have physiologic reasons. One lady says she does have nerve damage, right? But I'm still not 100% convinced that you can't make progress despite of that, right? Because the brain, again, its job is to keep us safe, to protect us. And yes, there may be something physiologically that is not quite right, but I still believe that the brain wants to keep us safe and do its best for us. So if we're very clear with our instructions and look for reasons why we can get better, right? We can get better. Look for that and it will work, right? We've got this thing called a reticular activating system. I've spoken about it before. It basically says the brain is going to look for proof or evidence that will confirm the thing you believe to be true. Or is true. So if you think I'm a loser, all day long you're basically telling your brain, go look for evidence that that's true. And guess what it's going to do? It's going to succeed. It's going to find this and this and that reason why you're a loser, right? And so where we place our focus and attention is where the brain's going to seek to confirm it. So if you are seeking all the reasons why this TMS stuff is not going to work for me, your brain is going to look around and find any type of confirmation of that. Oh, look, here's somebody who's in a similar situation and they didn't get better either. So that's proof. And therefore, we don't even try. We don't even put into play any of the concepts which I teach all the time, any of the TMS approaches. And so you can decide right up front that this isn't going to work and you're not even going to take a forward step. How do you know if you don't actually put it into play? And I will tell you this, for the one lady who said, well, I've got like a bunch of stuff going on, but this one thing, that's not TMS, fine. why not handle the rest of the stuff? If you've got 6 things going on and a 7th one that you're not sure is able to be dealt with, fine, dive in. Let's knock out the other 6. You've got nothing to lose other than 6 symptoms. Maybe the 7th one, all right, that may be left. But you know what? I told this lady, I said, look, you may as well give it a go. The brain's not particularly picky about shutting off pain. If it's going to shut off pain, it's going to shut off pain. If it believes your body is okay, it's going to shut off the pain. It's not going to go in and like analyze this one particular place where some doctor told you you've got nerve damage, and you know, and that's the reason why you're not going to get better. The brain doesn't get that out of your head. Give it very explicit instructions and say, my body's fine, I'm good. Feel your emotions, soothe yourself, get the mindset that you don't care about the symptoms, get your focus away from the symptoms. Stop looking for the story that says this is not going to work. Look for the story that says it can. Look up stories of neuroplasticity and healing and things that people have been able to do. People who have, broken their spinal cords and been paralyzed have learned to walk again. I mean, these things happen. That's evidence that the body and the brain is so more capable than we ever give it credit for. So if you're looking for the reasons that it's not going to work, you're setting yourself up to fail. So be aware of that. Got a plane going overhead. Don't know if you can see it. Nope. It's probably behind the tree or behind the house already. Anyway, if you're looking for reasons that this is not going to work, you're probably going to find them. And is that really worth it? You know, it's just setting yourself up to fail, setting yourself up for disappointment. And I don't know. I just really strongly encourage you to shift your focus and maybe even take out a pen and paper. And if you say, all right, well, what are the reasons that this could work? Neuroplasticity, brain science. The brain can change. The brain can learn new things. It can unlearn old pain. It can let go of old pain. Even if there might be something that the doctor says, yep, you've got something on your MRI, so what? Who cares? Where's the proof that you can't get better? Ask the doctor for that. Where's your proof that I'm not able to get better? Well, because it's nerve damage. Okay. Is that proof or is that your opinion? Right? And I don't mean to be snarky with doctors, but I've heard way too many stories of doctors telling people they can't get better and it won't work, or, you know, there's no hope for them and just get used to it. And here, let me put you into pain management, which to me is the biggest frustration point for me, is this whole let's manage your pain because you're going to be stuck with it forever, because that's bullshit. I've seen way too many people get better. People just getting better from watching videos, changing some things around in their brain a little bit, a new mindset, more optimism, feeling their emotions, getting out of the stress, changing their belief. And honestly, they start to look at the reasons why they can get better, and then they do, because their brain looks to confirm that. And then you start to build momentum, little victories. I feel better today. Wow, that's evidence that I can get better. If you can make any type of shift in your pain as a result of changing your thinking and feeling, you can get rid of it completely. Why? Because if it was structural, the way you're thinking and feeling would not change your pain levels or your symptom levels. So please, please, please look for reasons why you can get better, because I believe with all my heart that you can. You just think you can't. And what if it was as easy as just changing what you think so that you think you can? Because when you think you can, opportunities open up. Brain starts to notice little successes and little victories and little changes that you may have overlooked before when you had this mindset and this fixation on all the reasons why it won't work. Right? When you do that, you're putting tunnel vision on, and you're not going to see the little things that will confirm that it's possible. So please, please, You can get better. Look for the reasons or evidence that you can. Get an evidence journal, literally a notepad. And anytime something changes for the positive, make a note. Even if the pain goes up, that's evidence that it's not structural, because you didn't fall out of bed, you didn't fall out of a tree, and the pain went up. Why? As a result of some emotional event or some fears or some thinking that, oh no, this isn't working. And then the pain goes up. Well, that's all evidence that it can also work. If you just flip it on the other side, if you can get confident, believe that you can get better, look for reasons that you can, soothe yourself, get the mindset of indifference, really don't give a crap about the symptoms, shift your focus away from the pain to living your life. And a lot of folks will go, yeah, Dan, but I can't live my life. I'm still bedridden or in a wheelchair. Okay, but there's sitting in a wheelchair, completely depressed, obsessed with your limitations, and focusing on everything that you're missing out on and every reason why your life sucks. There's that, or sitting in a wheelchair, knowing that you hurt and saying, but I can get better, and therefore I'm going to shift my focus to that. I'm going to shift my focus to connecting with others, to laughing, to just smiling more, to getting out in nature as much as possible. And look, I know if you're severely limited physically and mobility is challenging, even if you can get to the front window or the front porch, that's better than sitting inside in artificial light. So look, you can get better. Look for reasons for it. Start thinking about keeping an evidence journal. Anytime you see something that says I can get better, jot it down. Go to the Pain For You private group, and in the search bar type in success story, and you will see many success stories of people who have had all sorts of challenges. One lady, I just posted it today, 30 years of pain. 30 years. I thought I was bad at 13 years. 30 years of pain, 2 surgeries. I'm pretty sure I saw a picture of her on her profile of her riding her horse. I think she said that's what she does to bring joy and get outside. She's riding a horse after 30 years of pain and 2 back surgeries. Look, guys and gals, you can get better. You just got to start looking for evidence and proof that you can, as opposed to hanging on to that story and that disbelief and that doubt and the, well, I'm never going to get better because of this and I'm screwed. Do you see the difference in just the potential outlook? If you have that outlook where you say there's no way this is going to work for me, I can virtually guarantee it won't, because you're not even going to take the steps. You're not going to make the mental shift to overcome the pain. You're not going to teach the brain to let go of it if all you're doing is telling the brain it's never going to let go. The brain is listening. So you got to change the language and the messaging to the brain in order for it to let go. So look for reasons you can get better, and you'll find that your journey gets a lot easier. So with that, guys and gals, I do love you. I will talk to you in the next video. Share this widely. If you're on YouTube, subscribe, and feel free to leave me a comment if you think this was helpful or not. So we'll talk to you soon. Love you. Bye.